Here we go. Oh, I see a baby iguana. Future meal for me. So what's going on today? Well, there's a lot going on, like in any day. Fresco y Mas has sale on T-bones. I think they're $4.99 a pound. And I got a little money in the pocket, so I think I'm gonna go down there and get a package or two. That way I can have some steaks. Now, obviously, we're not talking about USDA prime, or maybe not even choice. It might be ungraded, might be something that, as Rodney Dangerfield would say, still had marks where the jockey was hitting it. But it's still better than duck food. I'll give it a try. Not a bad flavor, really. A little on the tough side, but tough meat is fine with me. I got no problems with that. Hey, out for a ride to feed the ducks. All right. Yeah, there we go. Should be relatively safe. Anyway. So, yeah, it's a little bit of time at the Fresco y Mas. Gives me a chance to have a little talk with all of you. Now, it seems like my ride and talk videos have had quite an effect on some people. I get a lot of participation. I don't get a lot of views. They don't make me any money, but that's not the intention. The intention was just to spend a little time, share my views, kind of like what I do on the live, but in a shorter version and with some more interesting scenery. Obviously, you get to look around outside rather than just look at the back wall of one of my rooms. Huh, somebody trimmed that tree. Interesting. I think people cut branches off that moringa to use for medicinal purposes or even to grow new ones. See, the plantains are still growing. No bananas coming out yet. And I don't see too much wildlife. I think there might be an iguana over there. Yeah, I see an iguana head sticking up. I don't know if you can or not, but looks like there's a cat over there too. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Somebody's cat. Yeah, it looks like somebody's cat. I don't think that's one of the wild ones. Yeah, you look pretty pampered. It's somebody's cat. One iguana. Don't see too many others. But at least on this part of the canal, they don't spray crap, herbicides and all that. And you can see that the canal bank has stopped collapsing. But on the other parts of the canal, where they spray herbicides regularly, the erosion is really bad. So hopefully they'll continue to mow this with the tractor like they have been, using a boom mower, instead of spraying crap all over. Anyway. Yeah, it's nice because if they don't spray this garbage, when the ducks make nests, their eggs won't be poisoned. When they spray herbicides along the canal bank, it poisons all the duck eggs and actually poisons the ducks. And it causes the duck population to go way down. And our duck population is critically low. Now, some people might blame me for it, but I haven't eaten any duck this year. So it's not my fault. I haven't had any duck since probably November of 2024. Haven't had a duck since. I've had some iguana this year, of course, but no duck. There's some more baby iguanas running around. Now, in terms of the comments, I also noticed that there are some new YouTube channels that quoted me, and they've even used me as an inspiration. Nobody ever speaks English, and that's another subject I want to talk about. But anyway, I'm glad that some of the other people that watch my channel have gone out and made some videos. They even mentioned my name, my channel, in their video as an inspiration. And that's really nice because I never really thought that anything that I put out there would inspire anybody to do anything except maybe laugh, because that was the whole idea. But I guess it does have an impact. Yesterday, I came by here yesterday, didn't have my camera, but I noticed they picked up that massive trash pile that sat there for a couple of weeks. Good to see that gone. So, one of the most important reasons that I went on YouTube was to meet people and maybe inspire a few, and I'm glad that that's happened. That's really nice. However, I do get some of the mean comments as well. I'm sure that people, they're either somewhat mentally off and they're trying to take out their frustrations on me, or they may actually believe that they're right. And obviously, everyone has the right to that. Now, one subject that you'll see me talk a lot about is the degradation of the Miami area, or I call it the Tri-County area, from Homestead all the way up to West Palm Beach. This has been turned into one gigantic, overpopulated development. And the only way this has been able to take place is with easy money, which originally came from the drug dealers, but now comes from the central bankers, like the Federal Reserve, and also people in other parts of the world that steal or take their wealth out of the country before they come here. And then they throw it around because it's sort of a culture of survival. Many people grow up in a world where they don't know where the next meal is going to come from. So once they get a little money, they figure they'll live it up, because at any time it could be taken away, or they could be eliminated by the next government regime. So it's all short-term thinking. And the great thing about that is that the central bankers' funny money, the constant increase of money through inflation, causes the same exact thinking. Because even if you don't think the system's going to fall apart, you know that any money that you get is going to be worth less every day that you hold it. So it comes into this sort of doom spending, where people go out there, they spend as much money as they can while they have it. But when the money runs out, instead of saying, well, you know, I'm not going to do this anymore, it's actually pretty addictive. People get used to living a certain way. And they're not going to give that up just because they don't get paid enough money or they don't have enough money available. So what they normally do, they'll go out there and they will basically go into debt. They do this because maybe their wife or husband is used to living a certain way. They don't want to lose them. Their kids will complain. They don't get the stuff they want. They don't get to go on the trips that they want to go to. That's why crappy places like Disney World are so expensive, because everybody is expected to be able to go there. Last time I went there, I was a kid. I think it was 1973. Haven't been there since. Well, it looks like gas prices went down a little bit. Now you got a line of cars. I don't know what's going on here. Huh. Interesting. I hate the entrances and exits of these shopping centers. It is the most difficult and dangerous place to go to. You never know what these people are going to do. More dangerous than the corner where at least you have a traffic light. Well, we're going to have to take a chance over here. Okay. Car coming there. This is really, really bad. If I had my way, they put a bridge over this stupid thing. There's another one there. Ridiculous. That's the only place you really have close calls around here. People come and go like you would not believe. But anyway, now, to understand the actions of people, you have to understand what motivates them. And really, when it comes down to it, human beings and almost all living things have the exact same motivations. Number one, you need food and water, sustenance. Number two, you need a place to rest, relax, and recover, a place to live. And number three, the desire to reproduce. Those are the three things. And if you can manipulate those three things, you can control any living thing. That's how we control our pets. Think about it. We feed our pets. We provide them a safe place to live. We help them when they're not feeling well. And to prevent them from mating, what we normally do is we get them fixed, as they say. So they get rid of that mating desire. Now, of course, if you are a farmer and you're raising animals as livestock, you're not going to do that. You would much rather have them productive and fertile. That way, let's say that you're a cattle farmer, one cow can only produce one calf per year. If you don't keep the calves coming out, eventually your farm will be out of business because it takes time to build it up. I mean, think about it. If you were a person, you only had one cow and one bull, how long would it take to build a herd? Well, that depends. You'd only get one calf the first year, and then what would happen after that, you would have to wait until the next year, produce another calf, then you have to wait till the first one grows up. It may be a bull, it may be a cow. You got a 50-50 chance. It could be 30 years before you have any kind of meaningful increase in your herd size. And that would be destructive because even if you had all the land you needed, if you don't have the animals, what good is it? So, but again, all living things, including humans, work the same way. They all work on mating. And of course, with humans, you can have a baby about every 9 months, but let's just say that maximum production would be once a year. So humans and cattle can basically produce at the same rate. Now we know for many years, they used to tell us that being overpopulated was the biggest threat. And if you live here in South Florida, you could agree with that because we are overpopulated, probably anywhere from 2 to 3 times as many people as this area can successfully support. And one of the most important things is that in this area, as the population goes up, the risk of collapse also increases because there will not be enough food. But in terms of what needs to be done, you basically have two choices. One, you can limit the population, or two, you can build more homes for them to live in. Now, what's happened here was not due to all the people that were born here. Pretty much every single one of these people you see, no matter where you go, was not born here. The younger ones maybe, but anyone over 30 is going to be born somewhere else. What normally happens is that most of the people that were born here move out of here. Out of all my friends, only 2 of them still live here. Out of more than 50 people that I knew, that's it. So that's a little something to think about. And really when it comes down to it, it's not a simple situation. It's a very complex situation. So one of the best ways of dealing with it, in my opinion, is to analyze it in a logical way. Now, obviously, population growth and all that is an emotional issue. But I'm going to be talking about stuff like that in more structured videos than I want to do. But this was just a little thing I was thinking about this morning, and I just wanted to give everybody a heads up as to what is coming. Now, I've had more time to myself since I'm not working. I am working around the house, but it is nice to be able to be home and be able to look things up, make things happen. Where is this? Caught up in this thing. So anyway, that is my plan. And I just want to let everybody know what I've been up to. And I'll try to do a bike and talk video every day because I know they're popular. Although some of the people that watch them I haven't seen. But anyway, that's it for now. Catch you later.